September 2004, Hertfordshire schools joined an ongoing, unique and highly innovative education development.
The work that was done in Hertfordshire was possibly some of the most radical work that we've been engaged in musical futures, and I think anybody in music education.
Over the course of 9 months, pupils would be free to copy and create their favourite music, learn alongside a rock or pop band, compose, improvise, form their own bands, and learn about a range of styles, but above all, engage in music learning in a way that is totally new to the classroom.
Since I changed into this music, it's been really good, because I never would have thought in a music lesson they'd let us get all the instruments out and try it for ourselves.
In the other music lessons, it's quite boring. You don't get a lot of work done. Most of the time, you're just on the keyboards playing notes that you've been told to play. And then while you do this, you can get to do what you really want to do. I enjoyed all of it, every single bit really, because it's like we had freedom to do what we wanted.
My motivation has increased like tenfold, because I just want to get out there and make songs.
Musical Futures has change implications for everybody associated with it.
Pupils started the year by getting together with friends, choosing and copying their favourite music. Next, they were introduced to musical structure by listening to, copying and building riffs from a popular track. As the year progressed, they were given the opportunity to create their own music. And finally, to engage with music that they would not normally have chosen. These activities derive from Lucy Green's research into how popular musicians learn, and how we can adapt their approaches for the classroom.
You know, I've always firmly believed that all people are musical. All people are musical, some more than others perhaps. But in the way that pop musicians learn, their natural musicality seems to come out much sooner, and also they absolutely love what they're doing.
The classroom activities are based on the ways that pop musicians learn in the informal realm. They always start with music that they choose for themselves and that they enjoy, whereas usually in education, teachers choose the music. Informal learning involves copying recordings by ear, which is very different from responding to notation or other written or verbal instructions. Informal learning takes place alongside friends, usually without adult supervision or guidance. Learning is quite personal and haphazard, starting with whole, real pieces of music, whereas in the formal realm there's usually a progression from simple to complex. Performing, composing, improvising and listening are very highly integrated throughout informal learning, whereas they tend to be more separated in formal music education.
When it was all first sort of explained to me, I kind of thought to myself, goodness, how is this going to work? You know, how is this going to work with year 9s and, you know, keeping them all on task? And I actually was quite sort of sceptical really about how it could work.
I was also concerned about the very nature of informal learning, and that the freedom that it gave the pupils, which they wouldn't otherwise normally receive in a traditional music curriculum, they would take advantage of it, and it would create chaos and ill discipline and misbehaviour. And I was very wrong. By the first lesson it was quite clear that pupils were extremely excited about the work, very highly motivated.
Yeah, I like this way of learning much better, because it's more independent, and for people who know a bit more about music and like it more, it's like much more fun for them. Yeah, there is definitely a more of a buzz to playing music, because now we actually enjoy our music lessons.
You can do it in your own time, and you're not like being told what to do by the teacher and like being fussed around and stuff.
If lessons run like this more than we did now, like how they run when we did for the last 6 weeks, then I think I'd take music up next year.
Quite frankly, I was very surprised with the level of listening skills they actually demonstrated. They were able to discriminate between the rhythm, the harmony, the melody and various other sort of aspects and elements of the music, features of the elements.
Their listening becomes layered. They start to notice other things that are going on inside the music, and I think that is a fantastic enhancement for musical appreciation. And I think it's a beautiful irony that their listening appreciation has been enhanced by an actual practical playing and singing activity.
I've learnt how hard it was to actually get a music piece together. Now I actually kind of appreciate like what other people are doing.
It shows you how to hear a piece of music and listen for all the riffs, for the notes, and shows you how music's made, so you can start making your own.
Their listening skills are so integrated in what they're doing. It's almost unique in that respect, because normally listening skills are sat behind a desk where everybody listens at the same time, and in this they can listen as many times as they want with a focus on any particular aspect of the music that they want to do, and I think that's as integrated as listening can be, really.
Not only did this mean big changes for pupils, it also had major implications for teachers.
The role of the teacher is different. It involves standing back, observing and attempting to empathise with the goals that the pupils are setting for themselves, and then at that point diagnosing their needs, then stepping in as a guide and acting as a musical model.
And they actually have to be become a facilitator of learning rather than a director. It is actually the nature of the intervention that is important, how they intervene, how they engage.
They actually enjoyed the fact that I had a different role, and they responded to that really well.
We sit down, we listen, and we help and we guide, but it's very much directed by the pupils themselves as to what parts they want to work out and how they're going to work them out.
We needed like teachers to tune our guitars and like ask us. We were asking them if it sounded good and everything. They were there to help us and back us up if we needed support or help or anything with it.
So I've seen really marked improvements in how many students stay on task, how you can actually leave students in a room with instruments and they will do the work that they're expected to do.
There has been a real buzz created about the music departments, that the music department and the music classroom now seems to be a place that the pupils want to be in. Musical Futures in Hertfordshire improved pupil motivation, listening skills, leadership skills, teamwork and musical appreciation. Ultimately, pupils were empowered to engage with and create a variety of music with a sense of enjoyment and ownership.